does not simply walk into Mordor.
I like turtles.
Great Scott!
No! God, please, no!
Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, hope you're all good. So it's been a really long time since I've done one of these videos. We're doing an Ask The Fro, basically a Q&A. I think the last one was number 18 and it was in June 2020, so that's a long time ago. Apologies for not doing one for so long. No real reason why, but in any case, we're starting it up again. First things first, I'm going to be going over to Sweetwater next week, so when you're watching this, I will probably be in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Sweetwater. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, because it's something a little bit easy to do right at the last minute before I go. But I do want to keep it going, so in any case, welcome to Ask The Fro number 19. Quick one, just a shout out to Neural DSP for their new update on their Quad Cortex, which is version 1.3, I think now. They've added some amazing features, and I've just made a preset that I'm really excited about, which is basically using the new freeze function, and I've routed it in such a way that allows me to use a pitch shifter and change the frozen chord around and create like ambient pads and stuff. So I'll play a little clip for you now so you can hear what it sounds like. So hopefully you enjoyed the way that sounded. Really happy with that preset. I think it sounds really cool. If you want to check it out for yourself, go to my profile on the Quad Cortex app that you can get, and you can download it to your device and check it out for yourself. Okay, let's get stuck straight into the questions, shall we? The first one is from Kyle McMahon or McMahon. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. He says, "Hey dude, I love the content and hope you're well. Thank you very much." He says, "When can we expect some new music from you in a full band setting?" So I'm really glad that's the first question, because I'm really excited about it. But basically, I do have a new band. We don't have a name yet. We were going to go with the Totemist, but I don't think we are now. We're going to find something new. But you may know a couple of the guys in the band already. We've been writing a bunch of material. We've got like 10 tracks already, or 11 tracks. So we're doing a full-length album hopefully later this year, which I'll be able to talk more about soon, but really excited about it. And it is a full band setting with vocals as well. So it's going to be a proper thing, because it's been a long time since I've done something like that, and I've really wanted to, and it's just great to get it stuck into a new project like this. So we're all fired up for it, and I can't wait to talk about it with you in due course. Next question is from Vladimir Pavlovich. He says, why the Boss OC5 never made it onto your main pedal board, even though you said it was going to replace your beloved EHX Pog? Cheers. I've had that question quite a lot recently, because I've done some videos on like random pedal board setups using the OC5 on that. For the heavy riffing stuff, I'm so used to the way the Pog sounds within that like a lot of the sound that I have is dialed in around the way the Pog sounds, if that makes sense. And when I put the OC5 on the board to try it out, it's quite a different sounding octave tonally to me, and that's genuinely the only reason that I didn't end up sticking with it on the main board. What I've ended up doing is using the OC5 more with like a Strat, doing the more funky stuff, because much like Nuno Betancourt's stuff on Population 1, if you've heard that, I think there's a song called Stiff near the end of the album, and he does an incredible solo where he's using the OC3 or something like that, whatever, and it sounds amazing. And it just, when I listen to the Boss octave, it reminds me more of that kind of stuff. So I generally lean more towards that kind of playing with the OC5, and when I'm doing the heavier stuff, it's usually the Pog. Next question is from Dope Skeletor, and they ask, would you ever sing on a track? I'm not sure. It's kind of a weird thing for me with singing. Like, I don't really enjoy singing in front of people for some reason. Like, I've always enjoyed it to myself. And I think when I finally get a driving license and have a car and I can drive in my car and sing along to music, I'll probably enjoy it more. And maybe eventually somewhere down the line might do that. I have no problem singing backing vocals in a band. Like, that's totally what I'll be doing in this new band. And I have done in the past. I mean, I sang lead vocals in one of my very first bands back in the day, but that's a very different story. Yeah, I don't know. I would also like to be able to scream and do heavy vocals, which I can't do. And, I don't know. It'd be wicked if I could. And if I could do that, I think I'd probably incorporate it more into what I do. But at the minute, it's not really something I'm looking into. I do enjoy singing, and I love singers and working with singers, but for myself, I'm not sure. Next question is from Numero66, and they ask, any new project with bare knuckle for stats? I'm assuming that means strats. Any new project with bare knuckle for strats? Next question is from F. Mathson, and they ask, top 3 albums. That's a really hard question. There are definitely a few that I can think of straight away, but like kind of going to change all the time. But firstly, in no particular order, Sound Awake by Carnival absolutely has to be one of the best albums that I've ever listened to ever. Morning View by Incubus, probably Morning View, or Make Yourself, but it's like a tie. And then the third one, I don't know, kind of changes all the time. Possibly Audio Slave, self-titled, because it's just, Chris Cornell on that album is it's just awesome. But there are so many other albums that I can think of. Obviously, Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd is an incredible album, Dark Side of the Moon, as honourable mentions, but it changes all the time. I think I definitely Sound Awake. But in any case, that's the best I got for you now. Next question is from Clinton Marchi, and he asks, how do you like the Silos after all this time? Still a favourite? And the honest answer is absolutely. I still think they sound awesome, and I love them. And the greatest thing about the whole process and doing it with Tim was just, we really just dialed in the kind of humbucker tone that just really works for me. I don't see myself changing it anytime soon. I just really love the way that they feel and they sound, and they're so versatile. They can do so many different styles of, distorted tone rock and hard rock and metal and gent and progressive, whatever. They just really handle it. And even on the clean split tones, they're just absolutely fantastic. So, I still really like them. Next question is from Andrew Moore, and he asks, hi dude, any future pedal endorsements soon? Love the Tone City Wild Fro, but like all guitar nerds needs, we always want more. Looking well, pal. Thank you very much. Currently, no. That was a cool collaboration to do with Tone City on the Wild Fro. Just because obviously it's like 45 quid, tiny little pedal that just straight up gain monster, and it was good to do. It was fun to do. But no, there isn't any plans to work with any pedal brand at the minute to do a collaboration on anything. I would love to do that, I'm not sure what I would do. I've got a few ideas of things I'd like to do, but generally speaking, it would be awesome. There's just nothing on the table. Who would you like to see me collaborate with? Pedal brand wise, who do you think would be a good match for the kind of stuff that I like to do? I'd be interested to know what you think. Put them in the comment section. Okay, so this question has been asked so much on this thread already and in general, so I'm sure there's going to be loads of questions popping up on screen with the same question specifically, but I'm going to read the one from Charlie Hilton. It says, hey Bea, why did Toska split up? I'm a really big fan of the music, and I know a lot of people would like to know the exact reason for the disbanding. So yeah, obviously there's so many people who've asked that question, and yeah, basically before everything went completely mental in the world, around that time it was really stressful for the band, everything that was going on personally for different people. Ben was about to have a second baby, and Dave was swamped with work with Chapman and design stuff, and then everything happened in 2020, and yeah, basically, in a nutshell, at that point, Dave decided to move out somewhere near Wales, and just sort of decided that the kind of touring professional band thing wasn't something he was up for doing anymore. He was kind of falling out of love with it maybe, or just life had kind of taken over a little bit for him, so he was just dealing with his own stuff, with work and with everything else that he wanted to do, and just figured that there wasn't as much space or time to do that for him anymore. Also, Ben was really swamped with musicism and Of course, he'd had a second baby and now a third. And obviously, he was really busy with that. Obviously, he wanted to carry on. But I guess I just figured that for me personally, if it wasn't the three of us doing it, then I didn't want to do it, if you know what I mean. Like, that was always about the three of us having done it for so long together. And, you know, we'd done so much together and achieved so much that I figured if it wasn't the three of us doing it, going out there, doing it properly, touring, writing albums, doing all that, then I'd rather do something else. And I was at a point where I felt like I wanted to do something else musically, move on from that if it wasn't going to be Toska. And so I explained that to Ben, and he totally got it, understood. And I was working with stuff with Liam, with the Totemist, and now this new project sort of fired up because Black Peaks also disbanded, and that just kind of naturally fell together through me doing stuff with Liam, that it's just felt like a natural progression, time to move on and do something else. And obviously I was gutted. We all were, you know, it's such a long time spent together doing music and this whole journey that, yeah, it was really difficult, you know. And we'd kind of known this was going to happen for most of 2020, basically from then all the way up until when I announced it on Instagram. So I had all that time to deal with it, as did the other guys, because it was difficult. And I'm sure most of you guys that have been in bands and really gone for it, and then, or whatever, you know, you've been in bands and it means a lot. When it ends, it's sad, you know. And what made it worse was all the people that were sad about it, you know, and all the people that commented. So yeah, it was tough. And I'm sorry I ranted. It wasn't really in a nutshell answer, but that is the truth. That's basically what happened. So yeah, didn't work for everybody in the end, and for me personally, I decided I wanted a new thing, wanted to move on. So yeah. Next question's from the Realvern, and he asks, how do you find a balance when promoting music, meaning getting exposure without shoving it down people's throat? Launching my first single soon, and nobody talks about this. Well, there you go. The Realvern's launching his first single soon. But yeah, generally, I think it's just about being genuine. Like, if I'm excited about something, I want to share it with people, and I feel like you know in yourself when it's too much if you're just constantly doing it, and you know the type of post and the type of thing and just going all over the place. Like, you can do it in bad taste, and I think it's just worth gauging that. And if you want to like look at other people and see how they do it when they've got a launch coming up, because you know there's plenty of people that I follow that are regularly launching stuff, not necessarily in music but in other interests of mine. So, you know, like skateboarding, for example, or clothing, like when they're going to be dropping a new drop, the way that it leads up to it is, you know about it, but it's not like in your face. And it's the same with a new release. You want to drop clips, drop teasers, make decent posts about it. And, you know, it's all the other stuff surrounding the release, not necessarily the release itself. So creating enough time, making sure there's enough time to create that hype that starts building over time, getting your friends to share it, all that kind of stuff. It's not just it's not just you doing it on your own, just in that, and just posting all the time, because it doesn't work. It's more about word of mouth, and if you can get people to review it, if you can reach out to people and just get people talking about it beforehand, rather than you doing all the talking, if that makes sense. Okay, a couple of questions on the gaming front, because if some of you guys know that I'm a huge fan of video games, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are. So this question is from Sam Anderson, and he's asking, which Dark Souls game is your favourite? Also, are you a Sunbro? Ooh, that's a hard question. Strictly Dark Souls, so 1, 2 or 3. I'm gonna have to say 3. 1 is incredible, but 3 is like a refined version of 1, and it's everything that I wanted. I played 3 first and then went back and played Dark Souls 1, and I found that to be held back. I can see how good it was and why people love it so much, but coming from Dark Souls 3 back to Dark Souls 1, it was like a walk in the park, to be fair, compared to what I thought it was and what everyone says it is. I'm currently trying to finish Dark Souls 2 before Elden Ring comes out, and to be honest, I can see why people don't like it. It's by far the worst one. It's still not a bad game, like I'm enjoying it, but it's definitely by far at the bottom of the list of favourites. So Dark Souls 3, definitely. And no, I'm not a Sunbro. I'm actually I'm an invader. I like going in and invading and trolling people because it's just so much fun. So yeah, I'm definitely not a Sunbro. Next question is from Matchless, and they ask, what will be your first Elden Ring character? Sword and board, the biggest club you can find, or maybe some magic? Also, to bring it back to music, first time I heard Toska, I didn't know you were into Soulsborne games, but I immediately linked them into your music in my head. Was that just a coincidence, or were you inspired to some extent? Awesome question. I think I'm probably either going to go Enchanted Knight or I'm going to go Bloody Wolf, I think it is. Either one, basically straight up like strength dex kind of vibe, or a bit of magic in there, because the magic looks really good in Elden Ring. As you can probably tell, I'm a huge fan of Dark Souls, Soulsborne games, From Software games, and Elden Ring is going to be insane, and I cannot wait. And yes, some of the parts of the Toska stuff were definitely inspired by some of that gothic influence music that you hear in specifically Bloodborne. So yeah, nice connection. Okay, so that brings us to the last question now, because it's probably been quite a long video. There's been so many questions. I really appreciate you asking all these, so thank you. But here is the last question from Lucas Kalishek, and he asks, hey Rabea, what do you hope to accomplish this year? Which is an awesome question. Thank you very much for asking me that. First things first, I would like to release more music, which is definitely going to happen with this new band. On my own kind of music front, I think I want to try and do something in the ambient world, do like a little ambient guitar EP or album or something later this year, and maybe explore the world of more of that kind of virtuosic guitar style, similarly to what I did with the John Petrucci track at the end of last year. We'll see, but definitely new music is coming, new band and some new solo stuff. So I definitely want to accomplish that. Sleepless is going to get pretty busy this year. We've got loads of cool ideas coming out this year. We've already got it all lined up. It's a matter of time before it starts dropping, and it's just going to be fun to do something different with my friend Dan regarding cool clothes, working with cool artists, and just be able to wear them and enjoy it and wear different stuff on stage and just generally have fun doing that. So that's something I really want to achieve. And also just keep playing guitar, keep pushing myself in different directions musically as a guitar player, and just keep trying to improve in every way I can as a musician, not just by playing guitar but musically as well. Yeah, to be honest, I can't really ask for more than that, other than just keep working hard. And if I'm working with any brands on new stuff, new collaborations, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and can't wait to show you what those are when they come out. Other than that, I suppose on a personal level, I want to get in better shape. I've already been working on this for the last few years, and I'm really now that my legs recovered enough that I can actually go to the gym. I've started up again, and I've got like a few months left of recovery and rehab and stuff till I can start skating again. So I definitely want to get that going this year, be able to skate. Definitely want to be able to skate this year. Cannot wait. Overall, just approach with a good attitude, and any opportunities that arise, go in with a good attitude and see what happens, and just see where life goes. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for asking these questions. As I say, I'll be doing more of these in the future, so please ask more questions in the comment section below. But until next time, I've been Rabea. Please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all very soon.